What's up, guys? How are you? Happy Lionsgate portal. Happy Lionsgate. Happy 8-8 on the 8. So for those of you guys that don't know, I don't know where you've been hiding, but today is the Lionsgate portal. So that is August 8th. It's every year. But this year is a little bit special because numerologically, today also falls on an 8. So if you add up all the numbers of today's date, it equals 8. So 8, 8, 8, all the 8s. So this morning, we're going to be doing a little bit of astrology, a little bit of numerology mixed together. This is like more of a quick thing, okay? So it's not a big old long crazy read, but this is me looking at a few different placements. You'll notice, whose chart do I have up already? You'll notice that in this chart, I have a few different things already up. This is actually the first person on my list. And you notice there's a couple of different asteroids. So we're going to be looking at Destin, and we're going to be looking at, I've got Kali on there. May not be looking at it, but I've got Fortuna on there as well. So we're going to be looking at some specific things. We're also going to be looking at some repeated numbers, and we're also going to be, I'm going to do a really short look at what all of this means for you. What is this Lionsgate portal activating in your chart right now for you in this moment? And then what all you need to be focusing on going forward. Because here's the thing, this Lionsgate portal is not just a normal, run-of-the-mill, and I don't mean to dismiss it, right? But this year on the Lionsgate portal, I always get excited, okay? I do. I always get excited. I love me some portals, right? Like, I'm weird like that, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's the time witch thing. I don't know. But you know. But this year is interesting. Not only because numerologically it falls on an 8, but because we have a major astrological event coming up on the 12th. Not just the eclipse, believe it or not. Not just the eclipse. Next week, actually the next 2.5 weeks, are going to be a lot. I'm just letting you know. They're going to be a lot. If you guys have not been catching my videos about it, I put one out yesterday. It's titled August 12th is an eclipse parade. I just put one out this morning all about the eclipse portal. I've got several filmed ready to go that'll be out tomorrow and Monday. So if you guys don't know about this, you have a couple days to prepare. But you have the 8-8 portal today. In 4 days, which is half of 8, you have a total solar eclipse. You have the height of the, I always heard it as Perseid, but I know that's wrong, but that's what my brain says. Perseid meteor shower. And there's supposed to be colored shooting stars, depending on what is in that particular asteroid that is burning up in our atmosphere. On the same day, you have this kind of planetary parade of things that are already in Leo, such as Mercury and Jupiter. And then you also have Venus, which is directly opposite of Mercury in the sky right now in Libra. Like, it's just a lot. There's a lot going on with every single planet except for 2. And if you watched my video about the August 12th as an eclipse parade, this is like a humongous astrological block party, but only 2 people were not invited, mom and dad, okay? Saturn, which would be kind of mom energy, right? Like discipline, focus, where are you going, work it, things like that. And dad, Mars. Well, I mean, maybe you had the opposite. Maybe your mom was more of a Mars and your dad was Saturn. I don't know. And then you have Mars, which is passion and drive and focus and all of the amazing push you forward energy, right? So the 2 planets that govern your discipline, your energy, etc., they're on vacation. So you have the Lionsgate portal, which has the numerology of an 8 behind it, which is infinity. It's infinite possibilities. 4 days later, you have this major astrological event that leads us into an eclipse portal. And if you guys do not know what that is a short amount of time between two eclipses. So we have the solar eclipse on the 12th, and then depending on where you are in the world, the 27th into the 28th, we have a total lunar eclipse. And that one is in Pisces, and it will be during Virgo season. So that one's going to be interesting because Pisces and Virgo are opposite of each other in the zodiac. So that one's going to be interesting. So this portal right here is all about you. It is. It's all about you. So if you've already been really, really looking at who you want to be when you grow up hardcore, if you've been looking at what you want to do, where you want to go, I have a video that'll be coming out tomorrow that's going to help you harness this portal and determine where it is you actually should go to make you happy, to make your path happy, all of those things. And it actually is not going to take much. It is going to take a tad of discipline on your part. You got to do something every single day of the 15 days in between these two eclipses. But what is interesting is that I don't think, and it makes me feel like the woo-woo weirdo of the week, you know, like, oh my God, it's an eclipse portal. You should get out all your... It makes me feel like the stupid person that I always, well, the stereotypical woo-woo person that I always made fun of as a kid. But let me say this. But what is interesting is that this eclipse portal and these two eclipses, where they fall in the zodiac, you have like the part of you that is being stripped away, going into a lunar eclipse, which is the part of you that's coming out. So this is a very, very powerful portal for you, for where you want to go, who you want to be, who you want to be remembered as. This is a very, 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 very powerful portal for you. Now, I want you to understand this. This is not a massive manifestation portal. These do not be manifesting on the eclipses, because there are going to be dumbasses out there that are going to tell you to manifest on the eclipse. Don't do that. Okay? Eclipses throughout cultures, history, etc., have been known as omens. Okay? This is not a time of manifesting. Let me say it again. Look at my face. Look at me in the eyeballs. This is not a time for manifesting, okay? I will put this out in a video. I have actually removed myself off of the majority of witch talk because of the misinformation that's out there. It is so horrible and so toxic. And here I've been trying to get back on seeing all the witchy people on my For You page for so long. And I no longer can stomach it. I can't. And I know I've talked to a whole bunch of other witchy people in the community, and they're kind of in the same boat. I will not stop making videos. I will not stop doing all the things. I will not stop being here for y'all. I won't stop that, okay? I'm not going to be a part of any of whatever that is over there. All that is perpetuating the stereotype of what most normal people or normies, muggles, think about people in the witchy community, in the spiritual community. They are literally perpetuating the stereotype of the paranoid, crazy, smell my oil type of witch. And I lived through the 80s. I lived through the satanic panic. The 90s when, you know, the craft came out and everybody wanted to be a witch then. And it just, I've seen this rise and fall of this so much in my life that, and because I am a student of occult history, I've seen it throughout time, rise and fall like this. There's a craze, everybody gets on it, and then you get all of the people that they just want instantaneous power, they want instant ramen magic, and when that doesn't work, they get disenfranchised with it. Bitches, I'll tell you what, this shit is not a game. And if you really, really want to be a powerful witch, then you have to stick with it. And you have to have patience, and you have to practice, and you have to be constantly learning and constantly doing and constantly etc. Do y'all not think that I have spell work that I did 5, 6, 7 years ago that I'm just now seeing come to fruition? Do y'all not think that I I would love to have instantaneous magic. I would love to have Hollywood movie magic and be like, bam, and, you know, it rains outside and all of my plants are like, ah. I would love that, okay? But that's not how it works. So I'm just saying, y'all need to take everything that's out there, my stuff included, with a grain of salt. And you need to think for yourself. And if something feels wrong that someone's telling you, then research it. Research it. There's been a lot of times that I've been like, oh, that is absolute bullshit. And then I go research it and I'm like, the fuck? You know, like, research. But there's also a lot of times that I'm like, that is absolute bullshit. And I go and research it and I'm like, it's even more bullshittier bullshit than I thought was actually bullshit. So I'm just saying, y'all pay attention, okay? I warn y'all about this all the time, and I have for years, and I will continue to do that. But all of the stuff going on right now is simply perpetuating the stereotype of the crazy woo-woo, I smell like patchouli and whatever oil I'm hooked on this week kind of witchy person that everybody fucking makes fun of. I do like patchouli oil, so don't you think I'm making fun of patchouli oil. I do. But y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. You do. Okay? So I'm just saying. There are so many places out there that are safe for you to find information. First of all, Google. Okay? Not the Google. The Google AI is sometimes right, but you have to trust your own discernment. Look up spiritual meaning of a goat. I don't know. Spiritual meaning of black. Spiritual meaning of orange. And look at what it tells you. And then look at articles below. Okay? Y'all, when you're researching one thing, your one thing, even let's say it's the color orange. Okay, you're researching the spiritual meaning of the color orange. You're going to read the AI. You're going to read several articles about it. And you're going to take a consensus of what they say. Because I want you guys to remember this too. And let me tell you how I know this for a fucking fact. Because I have been paid very well in my life to do some of this exact shit. Until I was like, I'm not doing that. Okay, a water heater is one thing. But telling kids that it's okay to vape with, and then telling other people that it's not okay to vape and you can offer them both products. I don't do that shit. So that's where I draw the line. There are so many people out there that are paid to write for both sides. They're writing about how great witchcraft is while they're writing about how all of the Christians should rise up against witchcraft. So you guys need to take everything with a grain of salt. Everything. I don't care what it is you listen to. I don't care who it is you listen to. And like I said, myself included, okay? I don't know everything. Don't claim to know everything. But I do know a lot of shit about a lot of shit because I've been doing this a long time. But y'all, I have been an obsessive researcher since the late 90s. I have worked in publishing, in writing, in religious studies, theology, etc. since 1996. That is 30 years. Oh God, that's 30 years. That's 30 years. Think for yourselves. That's what makes you a powerful witch. Know that magic is not instantaneous. That's what makes you a powerful witch. Buy all the books and read them. Okay? Buy the older books. Agrippa, Trigistus, I never can say it right. The Book of the Dead. The Greek magical papyri. All of the older occult books. Read Crowley. The man was a bit crazy, but he also was a magical genius. Buy the older philosophical occult novels. Look at those things. Follow places like Esoterica on YouTube. That man has a doctorate in theology, and he presents everything in a very logical, here's all the things. I'm not saying don't buy the newer books, okay? I'm not saying that. But start studying the older ones. That is the foundational aspects for all of the new parts of the occult, of witchcraft, of paganism, of folk magic, all of that. Study everything. Study everything. That is what'll make you a powerful bitch. That is what'll make you a powerful bitch. Okay? Not instant ramen magic. And don't trust anybody online that's like, if you do this, this will happen instantly. No, it won't. No, it won't, bitches. No, it won't. I cannot tell you how many times over the last few years people have gotten frustrated. Well, you did a cord cutting for me, and I'm still thinking about them. Okay, that's on you. If you don't have the mental fortitude to cut the person out of your life and mean it, then no cord cutting anybody does for you is going to work. No cord cutting is instantaneous. Are you going to feel some shit? Are you going to feel that break? Absolutely you are. It was a fucking cord cutting. But how long did it take you to make those cords? I know that every one of y'all has heard the saying Rome wasn't built in a day. Neither was that relationship. I'm just saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. So think about that. The best magic can take years to work. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. So, that being said, we're going to get right into the Lionsgate portal. We're going to get right into reading. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of things this morning. Every time I'm live, I'll probably give you guys just a little tidbit to kind of help you with life, etc. And yeah, what the fuck is that smell? So, anybody notice that their favorite incense is smelling different lately? I love the black magic incense. Hold on. I love the black magic incense. I've got some burning up here and it literally just fucking stinks. It fucking stinks. They've changed the formula of it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It stinks a lot. I don't like that smell. And it has to be that because it's only right there. Yeah, I don't like it. Ugh. It got all the way down to the stick and now it smells like burning plastic. That makes me sad. That makes me sad. I noticed it the other day. I was talking to Sass and I was like, my black magic incense doesn't smell the same. Like, it doesn't smell the same. And I've had a lot of people, reach out and say, hey, my incense isn't lighting correctly. This smells weird, like whatever. Y'all, all of spirituality, and I want y'all to keep this in mind too, okay? And I'm gonna get on my high horse for another little minute, and then we're gonna get to these reads. Well, not a high horse. I'm gonna get on my black Pegasus for a minute. All right, so hold on. I want y'all to keep in mind that most people these days are influencers or content creators just for the brand deals. I'm seeing it more and more and more. These people have no background in spirituality, occultism, witchcraft, astrology, but they're out there selling shit. One of the ones right now that is absolutely pissing me off are those glasses that shoot the colors in your eyes. Y'all realize that that's how they test for seizures? Do you realize that that is exactly how they test for seizures? Shining bright flashing lights in your eyes constantly. So if you have seizures, please don't use those. If you have a family history, maybe you don't have it, but you have a family history, please don't use those. They will cause problems. Like, I have been trying to speak out against these fucking glasses because they are dangerous. This because, do you know why they're going to make you see shit? Because they're sending electrical impulses to your brain and it's kind of shorting some things out. That's why you're seeing shit. Has nothing to do with the glasses themselves. They're shooting bright red beams of light in your eyeballs. You're going to damage your retinas. You're going to damage some shit that you can't repair. Please don't buy those. And this person is supposedly a nurse. Please don't buy those. The one that's coming across my For You page constantly because they're pushing her content. If y'all really want to meditate and have some visions, lotus tea, any color of lotus, it doesn't fucking matter. I know everybody's all on blue lotus and so on. And yeah, the spiritual meaning of it is enlightenment, but all of lotus is a light peace psychedelic. Damiana, same thing. Tastes like shit. Lotus and Damiana, they taste like shit. That, like, legit, like donkey shit. It's nasty. I've never tasted donkey shit, but I'm sure it's probably about the same. So hide it in peppermint is my only advice. It's not a sip tea. It's a shooter, okay? Damiana is hard on your liver, so be careful, okay? If you already have liver problems, Damiana is not for you. It is hard on your liver. I have a healthy liver, and it's hard on my liver. So I'm just saying, okay? Damiana, passion flower. That's another one. Light psychedelic. Mugwort. That's another one. Be careful with mugwort. A lot of people are actually a little bit allergic to mugwort, so be very careful with it. The last few years, I've had a lot of people come to me and say, hey, I can't do mugwort tea. I get really, really ill the next day afterwards, so be really careful. My suggestion is lotus, like straight lotus tea. You can find that at any Asian food market. You can find it at any Asian food market. I'm just saying. Be careful buying it online. See what else is with it. But that right there is how you meditate, you have visions, you work some shit out, and you move forward. Not flashing red lights in your fucking retinas. When you go as an esthetician, when you go and have ask me how I know. I let my license go, so I'm no longer licensed. But I was licensed for a long time, and I learned all the red light, green light, blue light therapy, all that stuff. The main thing is do not get that in their eyes. You do not get the lights in someone's eyes while you're working on them. So why are you going to let red flashing lights hit your retinas repeatedly? I'm just saying what I'm saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. There are so many things that y'all can do safely to meditate and have visions and have lucid dreams. So many things. So many things. In fact, here, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you a free recipe. Are you ready? This is my recipe for my Buddhist Dreams tea. I've been making it since 2019. Are you ready? Ready? Pink lotus. Pink lotus actually has a little bit of a sedative effect. I don't know why it is, but that one in particular has a little bit of a sedative effect. Pink lotus, chamomile, lavender, rose. That's it. 4 ingredients. Pink lotus, chamomile, lavender, rose. If you don't like lavender or you're allergic to it, obviously don't put it in there, okay? Same with chamomile or whatever. Obviously don't put it in there. It's common sense, motherfuckers. But it's easy, okay? I'm going to repeat it one more time. You ready? Pink lotus, chamomile, lavender, roses. That easy. It's that easy. It is that easy. You want a lucid dream? There you go. There you go. That's how you do it. Right there. That tea. That recipe. You will sleep like a fucking baby. It's that easy. I'll put out a video. I'm just so... I have been so angry really for months about all of this. I get asked repeatedly to take brand deals. Do you see me taking any? Do you see me taking any? The one that I have done is the hat that says swearing helps. Because it does. And I love the hat. Okay? I wear the hat a lot. When I tell you guys that I like this shit or I like that shit or whatever, it's because I bought it with my own adult money and I have eaten it for a long time, drank it for a while, used it for a while, etc. I don't take brand deals. I'm not going to be told how to talk about something with some script that AI wrote for me that is not following my content. I'm not going to take money for a product that I don't like or I've never used or I don't believe in just because somebody's giving me $100. I'm not going to do that. And I'm getting so fucking irritated about seeing all of the witches out there, the practitioners out there, that all their content is selling shit. Y'all, that ain't a witch. That ain't a spiritualist. That ain't an occultist. That's a sellout. I said what I said. And it's on YouTube if you want to listen to me say it again. Pay attention. Pay attention. I will sell my own shit because I make the shit, or I directly overview, it's my recipe, what goes in the shit, and I'm very particular about the shit. And now everybody is making shit, and they don't want to tell you what's in it, and they don't want to tell you how it's made, because the vast majority of it is bought as a white label from wholesalers, and they just plop their little label on it. They didn't make it. It's made by a goddamn machine somewhere. So think about that. Think about that. Spirituality is big business right now, y'all. Be careful where you put your money. Be careful where you put your money. All right. Off my horse. Let me get down off my horse. All right. I have just been fired up this week about it, and I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all. Not one fucking bit. So, anyways, besides, y'all be smart. Be smart. Y'all are all smart. Y'all all have amazing brains riding around in your skull, okay? And your meat sack carries one of the most amazing things that there is. Take your ass outside. Go stand in the grass. Actually read a book instead of listening to whatever. Or trying to find it online and having somebody tell you in a video. Go read. Go actually read. Sit your ass outside with a glass of water. Yes, water. Moon water, preferably. But y'all are all intelligent. You are. You are. Don't blindly follow anybody. Don't blindly try to be like anybody. You ain't wearing my skin, okay? Don't blindly follow anybody. Be who you are. If the universe didn't need you here exactly as you are, then you wouldn't be here. You would be someone else, wouldn't you? If the universe didn't need you exactly where you are, who you are, how you look, where you came from, what you're doing, where you're going, who you're around, who you give birth to, who you don't give birth. If the universe didn't need that, then why the fuck would you be here? If you needed to be someone else, then why wouldn't you be someone else? Think. Think, McFly, think. Okay? Think, McFly, think. All right, that being said, let me actually start doing what we're here for. I'm just saying what I'm saying. All right. All right. So let me pull up my listy list here. I got to pay attention to the list of things here. Or the, I hate that on this playlist on Suno, it won't just let it repeat. Like, I just wanted to repeat. You know what I mean? That's it. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 songs till the end of this playlist. Really? I gotta do some more dark classical. All right, that's fine. That's fine. I ordered little thingies for my, you know what? We're spicy Bodhi today. We're spicy Bodhi today. I ordered little pads for these because I need to wear these motherfuckers all the day. I don't know why they look red. I don't know why they look red. I'm not mad, but I don't know why they look red because they're brown. They match the tortoiseshell, but the tortoiseshell looks red too. Oh well, it's fine. I need them to sit up here, and they sit right here, and that's okay. Sorry. I love these bitches so fucking much. So fucking much. Okay, I'm done. All right. Harold and Mara are first. Harold's first on my list probably because your name starts with a H and hers is an M. I don't know, but so let's look at it. Let's look at it. Ooh, a fellow Cappy. A fellow Cappy. All right. So what is this Lionsgate really, really bringing into you? Your Leo in your Zodiac sits, it rules your 12th house right now. Just a little bit in your social house, but it rules your 12th house. Not right now, when you were born. It rules your 12th house. So this is the biggest thing for you right now, is your spiritual self, is ending a bunch of shit that's no longer for you. And I know you put in your comments, like, so I'm gonna tell you business just a minute. I met with Harold and Mara earlier this week. And both of them were like, we feel like we're on the verge of a big change, a big shift, and we don't know what that is. Thought he was going to do the reverse sneezy there for a minute. I was listening. So this is why, like, this is literally where Leo sits in your chart, and we are going to I gotta remember how to do this chart menu. There we go. Okay, so this is right now. If we go back to your natal chart, your Saturn was in Leo in retrograde when you were born. Let me look at these other ones here real quick. Your Kali sits in the 5th house in Aquarius. Your Destin sits in the 4th house in Capricorn. So that, and notice that it's getting along really, really well here with your ascending and descending. This is the path that you need to be on, that you feel like you should be on. So the 4th house is roots and foundation and home and family and tradition and so on. And then your Fortuna is over here in the 3rd house in Scorpio. It's arguing with this Saturn right here. So, and your Uranus is there in Scorpio, meaning that you might be a tad rebellious. Just a lot. Just a lot. Lilith up there in the 9th house in Taurus. You are definitely someone who you need to know all the things. So let's look at now. All right, so this is your chart right now. Leo is really governing your career up here in the 10th house. It is almost, it's ruling your 10th house. Like, there's a smidge of Cancer, about, I don't know, not quite a third, but yeah, maybe a third. So Leo is also a third in your 11th house. So you're really hardcore looking at your job, at what you've been doing for the last 20 years, at, you know, why are you there? Where do you want to go? And your moon is sitting in Leo too, in that 10th house. Yeah, I can't do these until I get the little pads so they don't slip, because then it's making where I can't breathe. So you're really, really looking at where you want to go. Why are you there? Why have you been doing this? Like, and all of these aspects, like, look at that craziness. Look at that shit. That is a lot. There's a lot of red in there. That's a lot of red in there. Kali? So your Destin is still sitting in your 4th house, and it is still in Capricorn. But notice now that it is square with your ascending and descending. This idea of, I think, here's the thing, be honest with you. This idea of the perfect family, of the perfect, you know, traditional nuclear family or whatever it is, that is never going to be a thing. Okay? it's what you wanted when you were younger, right? Now it is not what you want. The fact that your ascendant today, currently right now, is in Libra, and that your descendant is in Aries. You're looking at everything right now in a very, very balanced way. And I think that you need to trust your gut a lot more, Harold. If your gut is telling you, like, hey, this fucking manufacturing job I've been working for 15 years fucking blows donkey dick, and maybe I should go somewhere else and find a different job and do something that makes me happy, then that's exactly what I'm going to recommend you do. Obviously, don't quit your job. Right on. Obviously, don't quit your job right now, okay? Like, make sure you've got an exit plan, okay? I will never ever tell somebody, quit your job today, go in right now and be like, fuck you. Don't do that, okay? Make sure that that you have everything in place first, okay? Be smart. Use your brain. But this right here, just this one destined placement, see how this is tied in up here to your Lilith, to your Jupiter, which both of those are in the 8th house. Both of those are in Taurus right now. For you, okay, I had to explain this to my kid the other day, and I'll explain it to you later, but that means that this is your Fortuna. Guess where that be, Harold? That be in your money house. In Scorpio. I'm just saying. Notice that it's square with your moon up there. Notice that it's not getting along with your Jupiter or your Lilith over there that we just talked about. But notice that it is getting along with that destined placement. And you need to be paying attention to what it is that you actively want to do. Where you actively want to go. So here's the activation number I'm going to give you. Okay, this is a number you need to assign to any manifestations you do today. Okay, and that's the number 10. The number 10. The word that I'm going to give you is focus. That's the word I'm going to give you. I want to give you money, but everybody wants money. Focus. That's the word I'm going to give you. Okay? The number 10 and focus. All right? So let's pull up Mara. I'm curious to see hers next to yours or after yours. Let's see. All right, Mara, you ready? I'm watching my sugar. All right. I'm gonna read for Mara, and then I gotta tell you guys something fucking funny. Then I gotta tell you guys something funny because it's fucking hilarious. All right, focus, Bodhi, focus. All right, Mara, Taurus. This is you when you were born. Okay, what does Leo rule in your chart? Leo rules your money. Leo rules your money. Okay, your second house is almost completely ruled by Leo. Cancer, like that's it. But it's also a full third of your third house. Your Mars and your Saturn sit in Leo. Your Destin is in your 10th house in Aries. That is, like I said, where you want to go. That's in your career house. That's in your success house. With your money being in Leo, like, girl. Okay. Fortuna is in the 9th house in Pisces. Tied in with your Jupiter. Okay. I need to do some more like this. These make me happy. Lilith also in the 1st house in Cancer. That can be a problematic placement. Just saying. All right. a lot of drive, a lot of passion, a lot of go get 'em. I would bet that you are definitely the workhorse in the relationship. Let's look at now. This is right now. So Leo is ruling your first house, a smidge in the 12th house, actually a third of your 12th house. I see why you and Harold are both like, we're done. We want to do something else. Like, you need this for you. He needs it for him in a different way, if that makes sense. He needs it for him for something really deep. You need this for you to find you again, okay? Where are these asteroidal placements? Your sun currently sits in your 11th house. Your Kali is in your 10th house. Your Destin is in your 10th house. Tied into some interesting shit. That means that your Fortuna right now is in your 8th house, your house of rebellion. And it's tied into, okay. Your moon is currently in Capricorn, meaning that you kind of feel like right now you don't have emotions. And it's because you are pushing them down. Okay, I'm going to give you permission to be hyper focused on shit. Because remember how I said that you, in your birth chart, you had Mars and Saturn, both in Leo, both in very intense placements. Now they're both in your first house. Your Saturn is still in Leo, but your Mars is now in Virgo. That is a complete, like, calm down, knuckle all the way in, nose to the grindstone. I'm not taking no for an answer. So notice all the red. You have a ton of aspects in there now, just like Harold does. I think that here's going to be my suggestion, okay? Both of y'all need to sit down and you need to really utilize this eclipse portal. I'm probably going to tell most of y'all this, just letting you know. But you need to really be using this eclipse portal to look at what it is that makes you happy. What actually makes you happy, and start putting the things in place to get you there, okay? If it makes you happy to go live at the edge of the woods somewhere and be the little witchy person that you go out and you gather mushrooms and talk to the birds and, what, I don't know, all that shit, what is it going to take to get you to get there? What do you need to do to get there? Where either you can work from home or whatever. What do you need to do to get there, Mara? I also want you to notice the big red cross in the middle of your chart. You literally are at a crossroads right now. And it's kind of a shit or get off the pot moment, okay? Your rebellion, your Uranus, is down here at the base of this cross. See it? It's at the base, okay? It's in retrograde, in Scorpio, in the 4th house. So you are struggling, and notice that it's also tied in with your moon, okay? So all the things that used to mean a lot to you, used to touch you in a lot of different ways, they're not doing that right now, and you can't figure out why. And so you having your moon currently sitting in Capricorn, that is causing you to really disassociate a little bit from a lot of the things that always have made you feel like you. So the universe is not fucking with you right now. The universe is like, I need you to focus and I need you to figure out what it is that you're going to do. So your activation code number for this portal, for the 88 portal and so on, is the number 1. It is the number 1. The word I'm going to give you is fire. Focus and fire. You and Harold. Focus and fire. But I am going to give you the number 1. Okay? So I already had theirs. So let me do that. Let me make sure I didn't just delete. Okay. I was like, I had 2 things that said Luna. And I was like, all right. So, oh, stop it. Y'all want to see one of the cutest things ever? It's my little grandbaby. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that little face. with that little face. Okay. All right. Who is next on my list? That would be Sarita. I have pulled your chart. I'm pretty sure, yeah? Where are we at in the music? I only got one more song. And then I gotta be careful. We gonna be on to somebody else's song and I'll get slapped with some penalty by fucking Tube of the U. Alright. We gotta create some more of this. All right, Sarita, you ready? Why does it keeps trying to translate it into French? I don't speak French. I don't speak French. All right. So you are a Leo, and your Mercury is in Leo. So you're going to be feeling this eclipse really, really hardcore with Mercury being in Leo, okay? Leo rules your 12th house, a smidge in your 11th house, a smidge of Virgo in your 12th house. Your Destin is in your 4th house in retrograde. So let me say this. Sweetheart, you never, ever wanted the traditional roots. And that's fine. Give yourself permission for that to be fine. Okay? Your Neptune is also in your 4th house in retrograde. You might be spiritually connected to your roots. You might be spiritually connected to your ancestors. Well, not might be. You are. Okay? We all are. You can't get away from it. But here's the thing. All of those, you have to do this, and you have to settle down, and you have to have kids, and you have to have a picket fence and a dog and a Christmas tree, and like all of those things you have pushed yourself to do, and they've never been something you wanted to do. Just saying. Can't tell. That is in your 3rd house. Okay. It's just, I don't know if it's just right on the line or, oh no, it's right there. Your Fortuna, stop. Stop it. Motherfucker, stop it. Okay. Your Fortuna is in your 3rd house in Scorpio. That is your mind. Okay. That's tied into both of those Leo placements, even though they're arguing. That means that you have a problem ending the things that you need to end. I will say this. Girl, you're going to have to just utilize that Scorpio, that rebellion, that your Uranus sits in Scorpio, your Lilith sits in Scorpio. You're going to have to just cut that shit off. Cut that shit off. That's it. That's it. All right, so let's do this to now. Could you have any more Libra? Could you have any more Libra right now? Holy fucking bejeebus. Man. Nope, not my music. And why is it heavenly worship? Are you serious? We went from witchy classical, dark classical music to that. Okay. All right. Okay. Sarita, right now, you have your sun, your moon, your rising, your Saturn, your Jupiter, and your Pluto all in Libra. The fuck? Your Leo is currently sitting smack dab in between your 10th and 11th house. So you are really looking at your career, at where you're spending all of your time, your money, your effort, and at social aspects. whether this is friends and family or it's social justice. You are in between all of those things. And notice that your Mars is sitting right in the middle of that Leo placement. Okay? Right in the middle of it. Where are your others right now? Lilith in the second house in Sagittarius, you are really focused on money right now. Really focused on money right now. And so is your Fortuna. Tied in with a lot of shit right there. Remember when I said that you didn't want all of those things? You didn't really want any of the, I just want to fall in line with every other muggle that's out there? Remember when I said that? I mean, just saying. All right. Kali. That means your Destin is over here in the third house. And it's tied in with your Mars. It's arguing with your Sun. You already know what to do. You already know. You already know what it is you want to do, what you need to do. You already know. You just need to take the steps to do it. So if you already know that and you're like, well, duh, what steps do I take? Okay, so I'm gonna put out a video about this, about things to do for the portal and how you figure out where you're going and what you want to be when you grow up. And I want you guys all to listen to me. It'll be on a video tomorrow, okay? But I want you guys all to listen to me. Between the 12th and the 27th, yes, you do have to do this every day. If you really want it, you will. Okay? If you want to, you will. You have to do this every single day. Today, I want you on the 8-8 portal to set out a deck of cards that you trust. Okay? We all have that deck that we're like, I'm a little leery of you because you're a dick, you know? So the deck of cards that you connect the most with, the deck that you trust, the deck that you're like, bitch, let's get it. Like, what you got for me today? Let's go. That deck. Okay? Just set it where it can get some of the 8-8 portal energy. I don't care if it's today. I don't care if it's tonight. I don't care if it's for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or 5 hours. I don't care. So set that out. My phone keeps going off every 5 seconds. Set that out. Starting on the 12th, you're going to pull a card for yourself every day. Doesn't matter what time of the day. But here's the catch. All you can do is write it down. You are not allowed to interpret it. You're not allowed to look at what it means in the book. You just write it down. Let's say that it's the love card, okay? You just write down love and then dash and anything you notice about that card. Let's say that it's the confidence card. You just write down confidence and every single thing that you notice about that card. And you're going to do this from the 12th to the 27th. That's 15 days. It's 2 weeks and a day. You can do it. I have faith in you because you're a badass mamma jamma motherfucker. You got this. I know you can do it. It's going to be hard, but I know you can do it. If you really, really, really want to move forward, you will. On the 28th, schedule yourself some time. Okay? That's 20 days from now. Put it in your little calendar. Put all the reminders out. You need to spend at least an hour and you need to go through all of those cards because it's going to read like a story. And it's going to give you a blueprint of exactly what steps you need to take, what you need to do, and where you need to go. Just saying. All of you need to do that. If you want to, you will. Make this your morning routine. But like I said, the catch is you cannot interpret those cards until the 28th. You have to look at it as a whole. So you're going to have 15 cards total. You have to look at it as a whole. Y'all, I've been doing this for a long time. Have I made some dumb decisions? You bet your fucking ass I have. Have I made some amazing decisions? You bet your fucking ass I have. Have I done this exact exercise in the past during eclipse portals? You bet your ass I have. Has it always paid off? You bet your ass it has. So, just saying. All right. So, Sarita, your number is 11. Master number. Your number is 11. And the word I'm going to give you is success. That's the word I'm going to give you. It's the word I'm going to give you. Do I do free readings? I do not, and I'm going to tell you why. And that's actually not really a polite question to ask. I'm going to tell you why. I do this for a living. I have been doing it for a very long time. You are paying for a decade of professional reads, that experience, and you are paying for over 30 years of experience. You are paying for someone who grew up with astrology, who grew up with all of this stuff. I had a great uncle who was a famous astrologer in LA in the 60s, 50s through the 70s. So you are paying for that. I am not someone that just gets on here because it's cool, because they see everybody else doing it, and because they're going to read to you out of a fucking book on with tarot cards. You are paying for my expertise. I'm not saying that free reads are not a cool thing. They're a great thing, and I get that, but you get what you pay for. And if you really, really need an answer to something that is going to change your life, something that is going to put you in the right direction, something that is going to make sure that your next decade, 20 years, 30 years, rest of your life is on track with your destiny, with your what you want to do, who you want to be, then think about that. What is that worth to you? What is that worth to you? If you really want a solid reading that is going to tell you every single thing that you need to know. And let me tell you this, the free reads that are out there, those ain't free. They ain't free. So just letting you know. So if it doesn't say either up above me, whether you're watching on TikTok, or beside me, whether you're watching on YouTube, that I'm doing free reads or that somebody is doing free reads, it doesn't say anywhere on that, it's really impolite to ask. There are so many people out there that are doing that bullshit and reading to you out of a book. Y'all can read out of a book. You're smart. All right. I don't know how to say your name correctly. Is it Angula? I don't know how to say your name correctly. And I don't want to be wrong. Ange. We're just going to call you Ange. That's what's up. Here we go. A Sagittarius. Why is it the vast majority of the people's stuff that I have pulled, either their sun when they were born, Angela, okay, you got it. Either their sun when they were born was up there in the 10th or 11th house, or it ends up there. Have y'all noticed that? Y'all notice that? I've been noticing it. I've been noticing it. Just saying. Just say what I'm saying. Angel is good. You got it. You got it. All right. Sagittarius. I love that your Neptune is in your 10th house. Fortuna with a fuck ton of placement aspects tied into your sun and that Neptune I was just talking about in retrograde and Cancer in the 6th house. Girl, you have such a problem staying focused. It's not even funny. You might give me a run for my money. Kali in the 8th house, Moon in Libra, Lilith in Libra in the 8th house with your so your planet of rebellion is in your house, ma'am. You need a job where you can just go in and break shit. Destin is in the 9th house in Scorpio. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. Okay. All right, let's look at now. Oh, wait. We didn't look at Leo. Leo. Oh, so your descendant is in Leo. The vast majority of your 7th house is in Leo. About a third of your 6th house is in Leo. Okay. All right, then. Why are you trying to translate? Your Leo is currently in your 4th house, and it is your 4th house ruler. Okay. Sun and Mercury both in the 10th house. Notice how your aspects, all of these trines shifted over this way. Okay. Fortuna, retrograde Cancer in the 3rd house. And your destined is in the 7th house. Sagittarius, tied into your Priapus, which is in Aries. Barely in 11th house. Okay. Where's your Lilith at right now? 6th house. Okay. So let me say this. Right now you are severely, and I use that word on purpose, focused on roots. Notice I didn't say family, and notice I didn't say home. I said roots. This Lionsgate portal, you're really looking at where your roots lie, where they should be, where they have been. Like, you're questioning a lot of things, especially with this right here. So notice that this south node placement is tied into so much shit. It's tied into both your Lilith and your Priapus, which, okay, so that's the little triangles right here. And those are always opposites, right? Notice it's tied into your Mercury. Notice it's tied into your Pluto. You are really hardcore questioning every single root that you have ever put into place. Even little tiny ones. You're questioning the big ones. You're questioning the little tiny ones. You're questioning all of them. Not because they're not solid, because you're even questioning the solid ones right now. That placement is fucking with you hardcore, because that's your mind. This is your mental house, right? Your personal power is in a solid place right now in Scorpio in the 6th house, which is work ethic, etc. Destin is up here in the 7th house in interpersonal relationships. Okay. Here's what I'm going to say. I think you taking a look at every single route that you have put in place is a good idea. I do. I think that it's exactly what needs to happen right now. I think that you need to look at everything in a very intricate way. I'm going to advise that over this eclipse portal, I mean, obviously do the card thing I was talking about, but for you in particular, I'm going to advise in a notebook where nobody else is going to see it. I want you to just start making a list of the roots that you have. You don't have to write all of them, because we all have like thousands and thousands of roots, okay? But start with where you live. That's a root. Where your family is. That's a root. Even if it's the same place. Maybe y'all live in the same town or whatever. That's a root. Where were you born? That's a root. If all 3 of those are in the same place, that's fine. But that's still 3 roots, right? Right? who your best friend is right now, where your job is right now. Like, start with those major aspects of your life, like, right? Like, if you have kiddos, where were your kiddos born? Like, what town were your kiddos born? Start making a list of these roots, okay? I think that it would be a good idea for you to start looking at that in a very black and white manner. These are all my roots. Put as many on a page as you can. You know, like, just write home here. You know, like, born here, family here. You know what I mean? Like, start doing that. Like, just try to make it as few words as possible and just write down as many columns as you can. I have a feeling that you seeing where all of your roots are tied to is going to help you. It's also going to be a catalyst for wherever it is that you feel like you should be. My other advice is, I feel like movement is a big thing and you don't know where this movement needs to be. Because of all those rebellion placements, because of that destined placement, and because you have 3 intense placements in your 10th house. You also have your Mars sitting in Aries in your 12th house. That is endings. Like, you feel like you're at the end of a huge chapter, but you don't know how to close that chapter out. So what I'm going to say is, I'm going to recommend having someone pull relocation astrology for you. That's what I'm going to recommend. That's what I'm going to recommend. Even if it's just for you to take a vacation, you know, or have a couple of vacation spots to look at, to see how you feel when you are more in line with this or that placement. I think that you just need some directions that are good for you. Right now, every direction is open, right? Every single direction is open. And I think that massive amount of endless possibilities is daunting. And I think that it is overwhelming the shit out of you right now. And I get that. Anytime we're at a crossroads in life and we have too many things to choose from, it can be really hard, like needle in a haystack type of aspect, to see where it is that you should actually be going and where you want to go. So start writing down a list of these roots, okay? You are at a point right now, this Aries placement right here, this Mars placement, you are at a point right now where endings are a big thing for you. Like, this chapter is over, it needs to end. This relationship is over, it needs to end. You know, this part of me is over, it needs to end. Like, you are at a very, very big ending point in your life, in your path. It's going to be hard for you to end some of those things because they have been there so long. And know that you may have to do some grieving process before and after, and give yourself a little bit of time. Like, if you decide that you're moving from the place where you were born, where you've lived, where your family is, where your kids were born, if you decide that you're going to move from that place, like, that's a lot. That's a lot, right? It's exciting because it's new and it's, you know, it's exciting, but that's a lot. So pay attention to that, okay? You're going to have to grieve that before you do it, after you do it, all of those things. So write those roots down. I'm going to recommend that you book a relocation astrology appointment with somebody. What a relocation astrology appointment is they pull your chart and they lay it over, they have to have specific software to do this. They lay it over a map, right? And it tells you where all your lines are. I know that there are sites out there where you can pay to have this done. Be careful with that. If it's not somebody looking at it with you, answering questions, etc., because you're gonna have questions. Not that a report's not gonna tell you the things, but when those reports are written, or if some of them are AI now, they can be incorrect. They also can just be a blanket, oh, if your Jupiter goes through here, it's this. Oh, if your Mars goes through here, it's this. So be really careful with that. You need to be able to ask questions like, if I want to be more this, where should I move? If I want to be more this, where should I move? So yeah. Yeah. I do relocation astrology, yes. If you like the way that I read and you trust me, I would love to help you with that. But please don't feel like I'm saying, oh, you have to book with me. Please don't feel like I'm saying that. But yes, I do. And I'd be honored to help you. So I'd be honored to help you with that. But that's my advice. Work on the roots, work on all of that, and then look at relocation astrology. Because I noticed that you said there's big, huge directions that you want to go. So you need to know where to point to run. You know what I mean? Like, where's the starting line? You need to know what the starting line is. And I think that there are too many starting lines out there. You're looking at like an infinite number of starting lines and you don't know which one to pick. You need like 3. You know what I mean? Like 3 or 4 to pick from. And that's what relocation astrology will help you with. Okay? So your activation code. Y'all have probably noticed that I'm giving you the number that Leo rules in your chart now. I'm doing that for reasons, okay? So your activation number is going to be the number 4. And the word, your focus word, your activation word that I'm going to give you is run. That's the word I'm going to give you. Run. Not like, run, oh my God, run. Like, bitch, let's go. Like that kind of run. Like that. Okay? So the number 4 and just the word run. Just the word run. All right. I am going to lower my tickets a little bit just because y'all have already almost sold my list out. Y'all have all already sold my list out. All right, man. I guess I'm not going to do that. Okay. That's funny. That's funny right there. Cindy is next. There we go, Cindy. I have too many drinks. I have too many drinks. I have tea. I have coffee with boba. I have water, which I probably should drink, and then I have 2 Liquid Death. Their new teas. You know, I did. Okay, so I brought. I'm not gonna lie. Like I kind of bought it for the name because it was funny. Okay. Liquid Death has these new teas out that have like this has 43 milligrams of caffeine in it. It's got some other stuff, but they're low sugar. So this one is called Dead Billionaire. It's called Dead Billionaire, and if you like tea with lemon, this shit is so fucking good. But I haven't tried this one yet, and it's called Death Island. And it says, it's tropical flavored tea. I think that's what we do. And it's turquoise. I think that's what we do today. But yeah, the Dead Billionaire cracked me up. The Dead Billionaire cracked me all the way up. You are so welcome, Angel Honey. Oh, fuck me in the face. It's like... Holy balls. This is, oh my God. And it's not even cold. If this was cold, I mean, it's chilled, but it's not cold. It's like peach, pineapple, mango tea. Like, I can taste the peach. Oh shit, I am not mad about my life choices this week. I kind of bought those on a whim. Oh, I am so not mad. Holy shit, fuck. I'm so not mad. Oh, this is gonna be a problem. This is gonna be a problem. I had this kind of same reaction to this one. Like, I grew up, my dad used to love like the Lipton tea back in the day, the bottles and the cans and stuff. Like, we used to always have them at our cabin, and that was like his favorite, right? The Lipton tea with the lemon. That tastes pretty close like it. Like, oh shit balls, that is so good. Oh, so good. Okay. Okay. I'm done. All right, Cindy. Let's talk about Cindy. Brisk. Yeah, the brisk tea. Yep, he always had that. Mango and peach taste alike. They're so good together. That may be it. I don't know. It just says tropical. I am so not mad. I am so not mad. And the other thing too I noticed is that when you look at the ingredients, it's only like a little bitty list. That made me happy too, because I swear every time I'm on social media, there's another recall, there's another problem, there's another outbreak, there's another virus, there's another bacteria, there's now this in this food and that in this food. I'm like, you know what the fuck can I eat? What the fuck can I eat? Fuck stupid. All right. I think I might be a little hangry this morning. Okay, it's fine. Everything is fine. I'm getting distracted. All right, a Sagittarius. All the Sagittarius. When you were born, Leo rules your first house. Okay. Smidge of Cancer in your first house, but Leo rules your first house. And it also is about a little less than half of your second house. Okay. Destin is just barely in your 12th house in Cancer. Saturn in 12th house in Cancer, both in retrograde. So here's what this tells me. Cindy has always wanted to be a woo-woo. Cindy has always wanted to be a spiritual soul. Cindy has always had the hippie soul going on. Always. But has never felt like she can let it out. Plus, her descendant is in Capricorn and her moon is in Capricorn, meaning she's not about to tell anybody that. Girl. Kali. So that means this is your Fortuna, which is in Pisces, in your House of Rebellion, with your Lilith, which is also in your House of Rebellion. All right, then. So let's look at now. Oh, what did my kid just say? My kid is learning that people suck in the most hilarious ways. And I can't repeat the vast majority of the things that she has said over the last few days to me because of TikTok. But she is learning that most guys her age are whore dogs. And she is learning that there are really shitty people in the world. And she is learning that there are people that do not give a flying fuck about their job. And she is learning that just a smidge of work ethic gets you ahead. And she is learning, like, she's learning a lot in the last few days. And what she just texted me is so fucking funny. And I'm trying not to just repeat it because it is that funny. But also, I can't because of TikTok. Let me just say that she's realizing that it's not just men that suck. She's realizing that there are a lot of women, girls that are her age, that suck as well. And she's so funny about it that she's so funny about it. She's so funny about it. But the end of her message was, "Oh my fucking God, take me home." I can't. Like, a part of me wants to cry because it is that damn funny. But the fact that her message ended with, "Oh my fucking God, take me home," and home is like this long. Home. I mean, I'm glad that she's learning this shit at 19. And now she's giving me a rundown of all of the shitty things that she's learned about people in the last 3 days. People, coworkers. She works in the restaurant industry, if that gives you any idea. If that gives you any idea. So she will be 20 on Tuesday. And I will not be on Tuesday night. I will be on Tuesday during the day. And I noticed a lot of you guys are asking about, you know, this. And I'd be happy to do this again on Tuesday. It just wouldn't be on the Lionsgate portal, but you could utilize this for the Eclipse portal. But I'm gonna take Tuesday off and take her. I made reservations at a really nice place here in town, and so we're gonna get dressed up and we're gonna go have a big birthday dinner. And I'm really excited to take her to this place to go eat. So, and it's one of my favorite places. It's really expensive. But I'm really excited. I'm really excited to take her for her 20th birthday. So she can't decide what it is that she wants for her birthday. She got an iPhone earlier this year, and so I told her, I said, well, how about if I pay your iPhone off, which is like a couple $100, which is what I'm gonna spend on her birthday present anyway. And she was like, oh, okay, you know, because then that saves her that payment every month. So we're gonna do that. But yeah, she's wanting to go do mom-daughter day and do massages and things like that, which does not sound bad to me at all. But yeah, so I will not be on Tuesday the 11th because yeah, I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna hang out with her. So she keeps sending a list, and I wish. Okay, here's one. I can read this one to you. American Psycho bodybuilding fuckboy. The list is this long in the text, y'all. It's this long. And it keeps going. And I just got, dude. Okay, I can't. I want to read them so badly to you. This might be a subscriber only vlog post. It might have to be a subscriber only blog post on YouTube because they will not let me post it on TikTok. It is the funniest fucking shit. Okay, everything is fine. All right, Cindy, we're focusing on Cindy. So, hold on. I love you so much. I am over here dying laughing at your list of people. I hate that you're seeing how people really are, and at the same time, your very precise description of said people is making me almost wet my pants. All right, Cindy, I find it interesting that your 12th house is now ruled by Leo. Right now, in this moment, your 12th house is ruled by Leo. Little bit in the 11th house, little bit of Virgo in the 12th house. But that's where your Leo placement sits right now. That's a lot of red in the middle. That's a lot of things that are holding you back. That's a lot of things to overcome. That's a lot of opposition, it's a lot of doors to bust through. It is. It's a lot of doors to bust through. So let's see here. Your Kali right now sits in your career and success house. Your Fortuna sits in your 7th house directly across from the only placement in Leo, which is your Priapus. That's the weirdest word to say. It sounds like platypus. And my brain always wants to say platypus. Your Destin is in Cancer with your Saturn in Cancer, both in retrograde in the 11th house. You know what? Everything in me right now wants to tell you to just say fuck everybody and go be a hermit somewhere and just grow weird herbs. That's what everything in my gut wants to tell you right now. So, I mean, I did technically tell you that. But, I'm just saying, like, dude, you don't want to people right now. You don't want to talk to anybody about anything. You don't care about karma or destiny or any of that. You about theirs, about your, you don't care, right? You just want to do that. Leo being in the 12th house over there and having all of that opposition. Cindy just wants to be left alone. You have your moon in your 4th house, your Neptune in your 4th house, your Mars is in your 5th house in fucking Capricorn. You just want to be left alone. Your sun currently sits in your 6th house in Aquarius. Don't talk to Cindy. Like, Cindy just needs a 3-year vacation by her fucking self. That's what Cindy needs. That's what Cindy needs. So, here's my advice. This 8-8 portal, I want you to really, really look at carving out, whatever it is you need to say, more time for you as whether you need to join a yoga class, whether you need to find a place every day that you can just drive to and go sit somewhere, whether you can actually go sit in your backyard or in a hot bath or whatever. You need to carve out time for you that is only for Cindy, where your phone is off, no one talks to you, nobody is bothering you unless it is a dire emergency. I think that right now, that Priapus placement right there in Leo in the 12th house is really, really important, because that is you looking at what the undercurrent is that is actually driving you forward. And it's in Leo. And it's in your house of endings. And your house of spirituality. Cindy, my friend. You 100%, 100% have got to. I mean, seriously, this is like, have got to. You have got to carve out time for you. I think that I've read for you for a long time, and I know that you do everything for everybody else. And I'm not going to gripe at you about that, because some of us, it's just the way we are, right? But that placement right there, that is a fiery, intense placement. That's a fiery, intense placement of ending shit. And I think that if you don't carve out that time for you, and if you don't take a step back, and if you don't, you're going to end things that you don't want to end. My advice over the next, over this, just till the lunar eclipse on the 27th, 28th, is to force yourself to take at least 30 minutes every single day where your phone is off, where everybody leaves you the fuck alone, where you have just peace. At least 30 minutes a day. I know that sounds like a lot, and then it also doesn't sound like a lot. At least, Cindy, okay? And I think that doing the cards, like I talked about earlier, drawing a card every day for yourself from the 12th through the 27th, I think that that is going to help you tremendously as well, because I think right now you don't know what way to even look to find a direction to go in. And that's a very confusing place. And the fact that your Leo is sitting, your 12th house is ruled by Leo right now, that's a lot, dude. It's a lot. You have a lot of placements over there around your descendant. Your Lilith is almost sitting on your descendant. Your descendant is in Pisces. That's a lot of shadowy emotions coming up, and a lot of, that's a lot of fuck you emotions coming up with your Lilith sitting right there. You have your rising currently right now is in Virgo. That's a lot of stoic, I don't want to play emotional things anymore. So I think that if you do not take this time and you don't start doing something that is only Cindy's every day, I think you're going to end stuff that doesn't need to be ended. I think that by doing those cards and by looking at everything before you get, before the lunar eclipse on the 27th, wow. I think that right there is going to get you exactly in the place that you need to be. So I'm actually going to give you the number 2 as a focus number, not 12, 2. I'm going to give you the number 2 as a focus number. The other thing, the word I'm going to give you is space. Space. Oh, thank you. I was going to say, can one of my mods please mute that so it gets off of there? That is, I don't understand, right? Like, I don't understand. I'm not going to address that, because that's exactly what they want. Man, I hope your asshole powders up and falls out. Like, whatever. Space, Cindy. The number 2 and just the word space. Okay? I'm like making sure that this is actually one of mine. Oh, yeah, we're down toward the end. All right. I'm really enjoying doing these. This might be an all-day thing. I really only plan to do these this morning, but like this might be an all-day thing. I might add more tickets and we might do more of these this evening. All right. Kenya's next. Okay, well, I could actually, like, spell. Oh, I hate it when I hit the wrong button. Stop it. What just happened? What are you doing? Oh, you bitch. Oh, it just erased everything I did. Damn it. Damn it. Oh, Sam. I did yours. I didn't see your order come in last night until after I got off the live. So I actually videoed yours. So I'll get that video edited so you can watch me doing it. But I was like, oh shit. I didn't see Sam's come in until like afterwards. So yeah. All right, before we get into reading Kenya's real quick. Oh, that's not what I wanted. We're going to do that. We're going to do something real quick here. Damn it. Let's see what this comes up with. This playlist is too short. So we're gonna play with music for just a minute. And it won't let me see my prompt that I used to make these. And I hate that. See what this is. Nope. Nope. No. No. Wrong. No. See about these. I'm tired of this playlist running out in like 30 minutes. See what this one is. Nope. Nope. All right, we'll have to do a little more research to try to get that done. I don't like it. I don't like those two. No. No. Damn it. Why won't it just let me see the prompt I use for these? Like, why? I don't understand. I don't understand. It's all right. It's fine. Everything is fine. I want these ones, right? All right. It's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. I'm hangry. I'm hangry. Okay. Kenya. Ready? A Scorpio with a Pisces rising. And a Capricorn moon. Shit. Might be the meanest, most emotional person ever. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm being mean. I'm being funny. It's a lot of Capricorn placements in your 10th house there, girl. Okay, so first of all, let me say, seeing all of this right here, if you aren't focusing everywhere that you want to go, be, etc., on helping fix shit in the world, you're missing your calling. You are missing your calling. All right. Your Leo mainly rules your 6th house, and you're a Scorpio. You 100% a workaholic. High five. Okay. A little bit, actually about a third of your 5th house is in Leo, which means that you are very intensely creative. Okay. Destin is in your 6th house, tied in with your moon, your sun, your Mercury, and your Neptune. Okay. So this placement right here tells me that when you can focus on what makes you healthy and happy and your like work that you really, really care about and so on, that is where your fortune lies, where all of your personal power is. No, that was your destin. That's where you're going. Your Fortuna. I lied. It said fortune when I first pulled it up. So this, as long as you can, like the same things, as long as you can focus on those things, that is pretty much always going to ensure that you are on a path like you aren't ever going to want for anything. Does that make sense? That's a hustler placement right there. So you aren't ever going to be that person that doesn't have a full plate. Does that make sense? Whether it's work, whether it's money, what, like you are never going to be that person. Okay. Partially it's because of this too, because if this is your Fortuna, this is your Kali, so your personal power lies in your 2nd house, even though it's in Taurus in retrograde. You are, I mean, you're a Scorpio, so you're overcoming every bit of that, if that makes sense. Like you are determined that you are not going to be a broke bitch, you know? Fortuna sitting up here in that 9th house in Sagittarius, tied into both your ascending and descending. That's actually really pretty, like the way those cascade down right there. Dude. Also having your Pluto and your Mercury up there. Okay. Mercury's just barely in Sagittarius. You need to travel. You do. You need to travel. Not only do you need to travel, I mean, even if it's not for job, just like, and even if, you know, like your wallet's like, you ain't going to China right now, or you ain't going to Ireland right now, or whatever it is you want to go. Even if it's just like, hey, you know, tomorrow I'm going to take a day trip and go somewhere or whatever. Start doing that. Okay. You being able to travel, you being able to focus on higher learning, you being able to focus on, your personal life philosophy and things, that is going to push you further than you realize. So my advice is going to be to look at a lot of different old school philosophies. Okay, so I know a lot of the old like ancient Greek philosophers and stuff like that, like they are really, really boring to read. I get it. But there are a few like shortened, condensed versions of their teachings and so on. Start there. The other thing I'm going to say is this. Study the older philosophers, study the newer philosophers, study American philosophers, German philosophers, Asian philosophers, like study all of them, right? Start just falling down the rabbit hole of that. Because like I said, like if you're not, I know this is life advice, okay? But if you're not focusing on fixing the world, like, dude, that's a lot of placements in your social house. A lot of really intense placements in your social house. I don't think that you could be a follower if you tried. I think if you try to be a follower, you're going to be miserable your entire life. A Scorpio in the 8th house, first of all, that is not a follower placement. Having all of those placements in Capricorn in your 11th house, and then having 2 really intense placements, you're literally your planet of rebellion in your 11th house. Like, you can't be a follower if you tried. Okay, so let's focus this to now. Stop it. It has not been doing that. Why? You know, whatever. Your Leo currently sits, it rules your 4th house, and it sits a little bit in your 5th house. Your Lilith is currently in your 5th house. Notice all of that stuff shifted over there. I see you up there with all those 10th house placements. I see you up there. Your Saturn is sitting in Aries in your 12th house. Okay. Your Fortuna is currently sitting with your Sun in your 8th house. Both tied into that Lilith placement that I was like, okay. Kali is in your 1st house. That means this is your destiny. So here's what I'm going to say, because I see you over there. You're working on it. I see you over there. Here's what I'm going to say. This placement right here is intense. This is your destiny. This is where you're going. It sits in your 5th house. This is your inner child. It's also creativity. Notice I also pointed out your Lilith is sitting there in Leo, okay? Notice what it's tied into. I mean, a lot, but it is trine with that Fortuna placement. And these 2 right here are 2 that I just talked about. With your focus on career, with your focus on, you know, where you're going, all of this stuff, I think you need to give yourself permission to be rebellious. I really and truly do. I think you need to give yourself permission, or if you just need permission, I'm giving it to you. You have blanket permission to be rebellious, okay? Those are 2 very intense placements in your 8th house. 3 very intense placements in your 5th house. If you could go back, here's the question I want you to kind of focus on over this, over the 8-8 portal and over the eclipse portal coming up. If you could go back and you could talk to your 10-year-old self, your 8-year-old self, your 6-year-old self, pick an age, and she could look at the world right now through those eyes, what would she see? What would she see that's glorious, that's the coolest shit ever? And what would she see that is so wrong? That's nine shades of wrong. And just think about those things, right? Write them down, think about them. But what would like 6, 7, 8-year-old you think about today? What would you think about the world today? You need to tap into all of that inner child aspect. You need to tap into that rebellion. You need to tap into, and I think those 2 things need to coincide with all of this up here, which is that, dude, that all of that is focused in your career house. I feel like you are looking at moving jobs or complete career paths or something like that. The fact that your Mercury is in the 9th house in Capricorn, that is a very amazing placement for you to be able to words the things correctly. So that is a solid placement right now. Also, the fact that your entire 9th house is ruled by Capricorn, like there's like a frog's hair of Sagittarius, but your entire 9th house is ruled by Capricorn. Dude, start shoving everything you can into your brain that has to do with inner child work, like the philosophies, like I said, social, sociology, like those types of things. I think that where you need to go from here, A, is not where you expect, and B, in no way is it the same placement that you've been walking on. In no way. I think that this is like a complete, like, 942 degree change. I mean, I don't know, it's not backwards, it's not forwards, it's not sideways, it's like up and to the left. I don't know. It is a complete and utter, like, disengage from where you thought you were going. I think that this month is going to be really intense for you. I do. I think it's going to be really, really intense for you. Just letting you know. Your focus number for the portal today is actually going to be 5. I know that I said Leo is ruling your 4th house right now, but it's actually going to be 5. 5 is also a very interesting number in all the witchy things, right? There's 5 points on a star. There's 5 elements, like all that stuff. And the 5th house is where you have 3 very intense placements. All of those are drives. Every one of those. You have your Mars, your Lilith, and was that your Destin? All in the 5th house. That's a lot. It's a lot of packed energy into a creative house, into a inner child house. That's a lot of that. A lot of that. So, 5. Your focus word. Your focus word is power. Power. Amy is next. I love that you're getting your degree in lab sciences. I love that. Congratulations. You are so welcome, sugar. All right. Unhide. Yes. Here's the Amy. Why are you trying to make me translate? Why are you trying to make me translate again? All right, let's see here. Look at all that shit in the middle. I find it interesting, Amy, with the last few reads I've done for you, that your Leo is ruling your 7th house, which is interpersonal relationships, with a smidge of Virgo, but there's not a single placement there. That's funny. That's funny. Personal power in the 5th house. Destin in the 6th house in Cancer. Where's your Fortuna? In the 3rd house in Aries. Okay. Let's forward to now. So right now, Leo is the main ruler of your 5th house. Just a little over half. Well, I would say 2/3. But it's also about 1/3 of your 4th house with your moon and your Destin in Leo. This is your Fortuna in your 1st house in Taurus. So, thank you guys for all the gifts. I hate that I can't see a lot of them just on the chat on the computer, but know that I appreciate every single one of them. Thank you so much for those of you guys sending them on YouTube and those of you guys sending them on TikTok. I really appreciate you. I really do. Amy, I find it interesting that you're Leo when it's in your, like, when you were born. There's nothing in your 7th house. And really, there's nothing in your 5th house either, which Leo is ruling. I think that this is why you kind of feel like a lot of things end up being empty. I think that when you have times when you are feeling really empty, I would look at what houses have no placements in them. Like right now, your 10th house has no placements in it. Your 9th house has no placements in it. And your 5th house has no placements in it. At least not that we're looking at today. My advice is going to be this. I think that on the 8-8 portal today, you need to kind of just sit it out. That's what I think. I think that there's been a lot of stuff that you've been trying to move towards, work towards, etc. And sometimes when we get so focused on moving forward or moving backwards or sideways, up, down, whatever, I think that when you take a step back today, and that's what I'm really going to recommend, just take some time off of everything today. Don't be on social media. If you're working, when you get home from work, just sit. Don't feed into anybody else's bullshit or stress or problems or anxiety. Like, man, just chill. Just chill. You know what I mean? Sit outside for a little bit. Or if it's 200 degrees like it is here, sit inside. If you can go enjoy some water somewhere, go enjoy some water somewhere. If you can, I don't care if you sit and read a book or if you sit and nerd out in a cartoon. I don't care. But I think that you trying to push yourself today, you're going to miss the whole point of the 8-8 portal and what it means for Amy. And I think that you taking the time to take time for you on the portal and not stress about manifesting or letting go or removing, and you just existing, I think that you're going to find a deep peace in that you haven't had in a long time. I think that the eclipse on Tuesday or Wednesday is going to be more important for you than anything. And I think that this upcoming couple of weeks is also going to be really important. I think there's going to be a lot of things that shift for you, that shift within you. And I think you're going to know by the end of August what it is that you actively need to let go of, what it is that you actively need to do, and what it is that where you need to make changes and where things are exactly where they're supposed to be. Because a lot of times when we get overwhelmed, and let me just say this, we're all overwhelmed right now. I don't care who you are. We are all overwhelmed right now between just the world and then our own personal lives. We're all overwhelmed. So it's a lot. It's a lot. And I think that when you get, in my professional experience, when you get overwhelmed for too long and you don't take time to just be like, you know what, fuck this, fuck this. When you don't take time to do that, you miss what that Fortuna placement is trying to do and what that Destined placement is trying to do and where it's trying to push you forward. And then that causes people to let go of things that really were meant for them. And it also causes people to pick up stuff that is not meant for them. And I don't want you doing that. And I don't think that you are doing it, nor do I think you're on the verge of doing it. But I think that if you continue to push forward manifestation wise while you are so overwhelmed, then you're going to be at risk for both of those things. So I think that you being able to just chill and not do a damn thing, that's exactly what you need to do today. Your focus number for today, and then also for the upcoming eclipse and everything, is going to be the number 5. And your focus word, I was going to give you a different word, but I think this one sums it up better, is chill. Chill. I make so much sense right now. I'm glad I make sense to somebody. Yeah, just the word chill. That's it. Just chill. That's exactly what I think. It's exactly what I think. Thank you, Sam. I saw that over there. It actually let me see some of the gifts on TikTok or YouTube. It won't let me see any of them, but it will let me see some. So let me see that. I don't know. It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. So yeah. All right, let's see who's next. I will probably have to go get my kid here in a little bit, which means I'll have to. What? Okay, there we go. Sass sent me the most fucked up mini sci-fi movie earlier, and it is blowing my absolute mind. Hang on. I gotta share this, because if I have to have my mind melted today, you have to have your mind melted today. I don't know if this is on, I don't know if this is on TikTok or not, but on Facebook Reels, if you go and you just look up the word dust, D-U-S-T. It's a sci-fi short film. There is no anti-memetrics division. Watch that. I'm just saying. Here, I'm gonna see if it'll let me share it on the Blue Bodhi. I don't think it will. It used to let you share it on. I'll pull it and share it on the Blue Bodhi Facebook here in just a minute. That fucked me all the way up this morning. It did. And so, like, let me say this. After watching that, especially if you have been in the spiritual realm for a little bit, you're gonna feel more crazy than you thought you felt. I'm just letting you know right now. Like, I'm just letting you know right now. Because all of that makes fucking sense. All of it makes sense. I've watched it all the way through once, and I had to stop several times and go, the fuck? The fuck? I'm probably going to watch it like 6 or 7 fucking times. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. I'm just letting you know. So, I'm going to take a look at something real quick, because I already know that here in a minute, I'm going to have to go get my kid. I got probably about an hour. Nope. So we have, what time is our candles tonight? Because I know I'm not going to get through all these because I'm taking too long. So I'm like, when am I going to? 7 o'clock. Let's see here. Because I kind of feel like these need to be a thing this week. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. All right, who is next on my list? Deidre. Leo is a little over half of your 11th house and right at half of your 12th house when you were born. I forgot you have all these red triangles. Your destined when you were born sits in your 2nd house. Your Fortuna is in your 12th house in Virgo. Okay. I find it interesting that both of those are tied into your Lilith, but that one is not in a good way, and this one is. Okay. Are you frozen? Like, what happened? What happened? If it's not done live today, I'll be doing them all live. Like, we'll figure it out. We will figure it all out, because I feel like these right here are going to be a big thing for these portals. Just saying. Just saying. All right, let's see. It's a lot of Libra placements right now, Deetra. Oh my God. Okay. Everything is like right here. So your Leo in your zodiac right now is ruling your 10th house, and your Saturn is in it. Tied into your personal power, which is in your 2nd house, in your money house. And your destined, it's square with it though. Okay. All right, Deetra. So. It's a big sigh for a tiny dog. This portal, for the 8-8 portal, you need to be focused on letting go of things that are no longer yours. I have a feeling you already are, because a lot of us are feeling this upcoming eclipse energy. Like everybody I've talked to. But you also have 4 placements in your 12th house, all in Libra. And one of them is your Mars. Mars has a big role in this eclipse coming up. So does Mercury. In fact, Mercury probably has a bigger role than... Well, no, not Mars. Mercury has a big role. Son of a bitch, my words are just not wording. Mercury has a big role. Mars does not have a role. So Mars is kind of being left out of this eclipse play coming up. But Mercury and Pluto have big roles in this. The fact that all of those are in Libra for you right now, and the fact that your Mars is in Libra for you right now, this is a lot of being able to look at things in a very balanced way. Your rising right now currently is in Libra. This is a lot of balance and a lot of being able to look at both sides of everything to know, okay, you know, should I really stay working here? Should I really stay in this field? Like, I feel like career is the top thing on your plate right now. You know, should I continue to stay in this relationship? Should I continue to be friends with this person? Should I this? Should I this? I think that you are... I think you feel like you are on the verge of either falling all the way off the cliff or climbing that rickety rope ladder up to the next level, and you don't know which one is really the best way to go. Sometimes falling down the cliff is the way to go. I'm just saying, not physically. Do not take that as physically, okay? Just saying. But sometimes diving into the void is the way to go. And I think that you're trying to figure out which one of those you should do. So on this On the 8-8 portal, first of all, I'm going to give you the number 1 as your focus. That's 2 words. You know what? For your focus word, I'm going to give you the word examine. I'm going to give you the word examine. I almost wanted to give you let go, and I was like, that's 2 words, bitch. And I was like, well, release, but that didn't feel right. So examine. And here's my recommendation. I think that on this portal, on the 8-8 portal, I think you do need to manifest something. But I think that it needs to be very simple. And I think here's my advice. I think you just need to get a white candle today. Buy it today. Like, don't use one you already had. Buy one today. Just a $1 candle. It's fine. It can be a big candle. It can be a little candle. I don't care. Really, a bigger, like, 7-day, the glass votive candles, that would be the best. But a pillar candle is also going to be good. I think that you just a white candle. That's it. Carve your name in the bottom. And just light it with the intention of being able to accurately examine all of the different aspects of who you are and what is in your life right now, so you know what is actually yours, what way you should go, and what needs to be left behind. That's what you need to manifest today. You can get as bougie as you want, carve that candle all up, write all over it if it's one of those glass candles, use all the herbs around it, use all the crystals. I don't care how big you go with it, okay? Make that all yours. But make sure you put your name on the bottom of it so it doesn't go somewhere else. Make sure that it's a white candle. And I wouldn't use a birthday candle or a chime candle. I just wouldn't. I think that this needs to burn for a little bit. Like, even if you start it today and only let it burn for 5 minutes, you know what I mean? I think that this needs to be something that you have a lot of interesting, like, tangled cords and webs everywhere. And I don't mean that in a bad way either. Just a lot of tangled ties with people. And I think that you need to really be able to pull them one by one and examine, like, what is this tie with this person? What is this tie with this person? What is this tie with my job? I feel like you need to be able to pull those things apart. And I feel like if you try to manifest anything big today, if you try to manifest anything like some new career path or some new relationship, I think if you try to manifest that, it's just going to pull those cords tighter and continue to make this knot. So I think you being able to pull those apart, that's going to be key for you understanding where it is that you need to go. Like I said, the number 1 and the word examine. And I want to say this too, as a little bit of encouragement. I don't think that this tangled up ball is nearly as big or as bad as you think. It might look like a big, huge thing right now, but I think once you start pulling those out, once you start examining each little one, I think you're going to find that there weren't as many as you thought. And then you can take the scissors and go chop, chop to the ones that need to be chopped. Write them down, too, as they come to you. Like, whether it's a notepad on your phone or actually physically writing them in a notebook, just make sure that you write them down as they come to you. Like, especially as that candle is burning. Like, what's the first cord you need to look at? What's the second, or tie, or however you want to call it. Like, some cords need to be there, right? Like, some cords need to be there. And some cords don't. So, and then I think on the lunar eclipse at the end of the month, I think that will be the time for you to fully cut things. That way you have, that gives you like 20 days, 15, 20 days for you to look at all those different things. So I'm just saying what I'm saying. Just saying what I'm saying. All right. There was the yawn. I knew it was coming. So when you were born, your Leo placement mainly sits governing your 11th house. A little bit of Cancer. It also is pretty close to half of your 12th house, but no placements in Leo. Your Fortuna is in your 3rd house in Sagittarius when you were born. And your Destin is in your 1st house in Virgo. With your Mars and your Sun and your Neptune. Okay. Okay. So let's see where it is now. See where it is now. So your Leo has moved up a little bit. So it's kind of ruling your 11th house. It's a little over half. But it is about half of your 10th house. And your Priapus is in retrograde in Leo. Kind of just barely in your 10th house. Moon is currently in Virgo. Rising is currently Libra. Your Destin is currently in your 12th house. It means your Fortuna is in your 3rd house in Sagittarius. And it's tied in with some interesting shit. Including your Saturn, which is in Aquarius. Okay, so I find it interesting that your Leo is straddling 2 very important houses for you. I know that you're not a big social, person. Like you're not, going out clubbing every night and having a massive amount of friends around and stuff like that. But what I do believe is that this is a very important thing for you. It also sits in the middle of your 10th house. And I know that you're making some changes and shifting and so on. The fact that your Sun, right now as we speak, is currently in your 3rd house, is a big thing. Your brain is working 10 times overtime about everything. And not just normal overthinking. Like this is overthinking things that never ever were on your radar before. So I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm actually not going to tell you to stop overthinking. Because of where your Jupiter sits in your 1st house, and it's in Libra, your personal power right now sits in balance, sits in finding balance in a lot of stuff. Jupiter has a big role to play in this upcoming eclipse. That's a powerful placement for you. Your Saturn is currently in Aquarius in your 5th house. And even though Saturn doesn't have a big role to play in this eclipse, it is tied in with your Jupiter. Both of them are in air signs. I think that if anybody did tell you to stop overthinking or to do this or that, to not overthink, I think that your brain would melt down. So I am not going to tell you to stop overthinking. What I am going to tell you to do is I would start making a list of just, if you can, a single word that when you notice that you're overthinking about something, let's say you're overthinking about bills. Just write bills. Okay? Just put like a notepad on your phone. Bills. If you're overthinking about the world, like world. If you're overthinking about something in another country, put that country. If you're overthinking about something, you know, future, like just make a list of those things. And it's going to seem really fucking random, right? Random and not random. I don't think that you need to go back and be like over analyzing everything you put down. But I think you're going to start to see a theme of what needs to be brought into balance for you personally. Obviously, we can't bring the balance into the world or bring the world back into balance without a lot of work. But I think that a lot of other things are going to show you where balance is needed. And I love that you said, guess who is back working in a lab? I have a feeling that if you really, really set your mind to finding this balance and being able to utilize that overthinking aspect of you to fix the things that are really bothering you, whether it is with the world or just with you or anything in between, that is going to be where your personal power lies. For the 8-8 portal, I'm going to recommend that what you manifest needs to be clarity. And that's actually the focus word I'm going to give you is clarity. And I know that your Leo is in kind of your 10th and 11th house, but I'm going to give you the number 8 as your focus number. So clarity and the number 8. I'm also going to recommend, because my gut is telling me to tell you this, I'm going to recommend that if you haven't watched, there's a documentary just called Infinity. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube, but I know it was on Netflix, but I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube as well. I'm going to recommend that you watch that. Even if you watched it before, I'm going to recommend that you watch it. Because I think that there's an answer in there to a problem that you've been looking for when it comes to, I want to say work, but I want to put it in air quotes when it comes to work. Okay. I don't know if that makes sense, Rena. I'm sure it does, but I think that clarity is the biggest thing that you need. Like you need a laser pointer. Where am I going? You need a laser pointer. I'm dying to hear about the lab. I'm dying to hear about this lab. So number 8 and clarity. All right. T is next. All right, we got 2 more songs before we hit the end. I feel like these last 3 songs don't really fit with the rest of the, like, dark music. You know what I mean? Oh, let me just type that in. Yeah, those don't fit in here. So we're going to go back up to here. We're going to go back up to that one. All right, let me look at this real quick. It's like evil villain music. All right, so T is next. Come on, man. And then we have Julia. And then we have Kate, Cher, Tracy, Leona. Let me refresh because this is... I like these a lot. The only reason that I'm going to have to kind of jet out... Okay, Leona is the last on my list. The only reason I'm going to have to kind of jet out a minute here in a minute shortly to pick up my kid is that Uber be expensive as fuck. Expensive as fuck lately. And she's going to get off work shortly. And she's working a double. So it's basically going to be me picking her up. We're going to rush back here. She will get whatever it is she wants to eat, change clothes, and go right back to work. So even though I have a live scheduled at 7 for candle work, I'll probably just get right back on when I get home and finish up the rest of these. Like, it's cheaper. This is crazy. It's cheaper and faster for me to stop what I'm doing, drive 20 minutes, pick her up, and come back than it is to pay for an Uber twice. And it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, absolutely fucking ridiculous. All right, T, you ready? Oh, wow. The place, she just texted me, the place that she works, they've had so many people quit, and people are just crazy. And I don't think that it's just that place, so please don't think that it's just that place. I know a lot of people that have been like, man, we've had people quitting at my job right and left, and we've had people doing this, and y'all, I think it's so hot that everybody's brain is fucking melting. I think that everybody's brain is fucking melting, like... She said today has been fucking crazy. Aww. It is the 8-8 portal. And the numerology of today is an 8. And we have an eclipse coming up on the 12th. And everybody is feeling the need to cut things off to move forward. So I have a feeling that that might get worse. Plus, it is hot as fuck and going to be this hot for at least the next week. It's so funny. She used to laugh and be like, oh, I can't believe that you think that is related to that. And I can't, like, she used to make fun of me for all the stuff, right? Yeah, she don't make fun of me now. She'll always ask you, like, what is going on right now? What is going on right now? It's so funny. It is so funny. What is going on right now? So, all right. T, you ready? So, you are a Leo. Leo rules your 9th house. About a third of your 9th house is in Cancer. Your Fortuna is in your 10th house. That is an epic fucking placement in Virgo, along with your Saturn. Okay. It's a lot of Libra, dude. Why do I feel like you think you're socially awkward and you're not? Valhalla, stop it. Thank you so much. You are so sweet. You are so sweet. It won't even let me message you. It won't even let me pin that. It says I have to sign in. How am I not signed in when I'm literally sign in, but and now I can't even get off my... Let me hide that for a minute. Why that opened it there? What is it making me do? That is the dumbest thing. It'll let me do it like that. That's so fucking weird. There we go. There we go. So will it let me put that chat over here? Yes. Yes. Okay. I have too many windows open on my computer. That's exactly what all of that means. It's exactly what all that means. All right, there we go. The most holy name of Mary, amen. So have you read the book of Mary? You know, it's a great one. Where's that at? Okay. Destin. That was right there. Okay. Ooh, my nose is itching. So much talk about me. Oh, okay. All right. So, T will actually be my first one here in a minute. My kid just texted me and said, hey, I'm done. And she's only got an hour. Oh, man. She worked a double yesterday. She's working a double today, but she only gets an hour break today instead of a normal, like, 2.5 hour break. So, T, I'm going to go get her and take her to not be at work. To not be at work, okay? If she's done now, and she has to be back in like, so that means she has to be back at 3. So I'll be back on about 3:30, 3:45 Central Time. So in about 2 hours. Give me about 2 hours. I know that like when I was younger, I worked doubles all the time because I like the money and stuff like that. But it sounds like she's having a rough day. So I think we're probably going to go get boba or ice cream or whatever she wants. You didn't get the focus part for your ticket. Oh, that's fine. I'm going to give that to you, so don't stress about it. Yeah, don't stress about the focus part. Yeah, I got you. So you will be first, T, here in just a little bit. You will be first. Give me 2 hours. I'll be back live on YouTube and TikTok. But yeah, she's having a day. Like, not bad day, but like a lot. You know what I mean? Like, this portal be a lot. Okay, I love you guys. I'm gonna go take her to get boba or whatever is gonna help her woo-saw before tonight, because if she's already had like this kind of day, I can only imagine what tonight's gonna be. Yeah. So we'll be able to finish all you guys up here in just a little bit. So, all right, I'll see y'all in this many hours too. All right, see you in a little bit.